everyone, Suze here, and today I'll talk about everything related to supporters. I talked about them briefly in a previous video, but today we're going to cover everything related to them, from skill relation to intimacy events. And I even have some recommendations from our QA team. Before we begin, as always, this is a test server, so whatever happens here might not look exactly like the real one. Okay, so let's head into it. First, let's go through the very basics. What are supporters? Supporters are secondary characters that you can equip to go on missions together with your main character. Let's go to our inventory here and let's click on a random supporter. So Shidorinka here has two skills. The one on the upper part, Demon Fists, is her sub-skill, which means is a passive skill that will be in use whenever she is equipped. The second one, Scattering Mist, is her main skill. It can be used if she is on your main slot, and you have to press a button to activate it while playing. In Inka's case, there's a 36-second cooldown before you can use it again. Okay, I mentioned main slot, and you might be like, what? So now let's see how the supporters slots work. So I'm gonna click on a character here. Let's go to Yukikaze's supporters. Okay, as you can see here, I have two sub-supporters equipped and no one on my main supporter slot. I'm gonna choose one, the Kainkaoru, and now you can see here that her main skill appears where there was nothing before. You can only use the main skill of your main supporter, but both main and sub-supporters have their sub-skill activated. For example, Shirazi Yuzuhira's Trapwire, Yuri Hizui's Eclipse Meld Connect, and of course as well, the Kainkaoru's Chain of Retribution is also activated. They are all being used, but only Tekkain Kaoru's main skill, Evil Chain, is available for Yukikaze right now because she is in the main slot. Okay, so now let's understand the most important thing about supporters, which is their types and how they work with skills. So let's use Kurenai for this. Okay, so here I have the supporters for her. They look cool and all, but let's look at her skills. So here in her Spiral Ren, I can see that there is one skill effect grayed out. So what does that mean? How can I activate this? How can I make this effect work? So actually these colors here mean what each supporter type belongs to. The green one is for the assist supporter, the blue one is for a protect supporter, and the red one is for suppress supporters. So let's activate this green one here, assist supporter. So we just need to set one more assist supporter here. Let's choose the Kainkaoru. And yeah, we go back to our skill, and now that it is, all of the effects are activated. So this is really important because it's crucial that when choosing your supporters, you know which skills you are going to combine together, because there are many combinations. For example, in the Gale Slash here, you need 3 suppressed supporters in your deck. For this one, you need different main supporters, so you're gonna have to choose carefully which main supporter you want for the effect that you want to use. So in this one, for example, you only be able to have one of the effects activated as well, because you need 3 supporters of a certain type to have one of the effects activated. So keep that in mind when choosing your supporters. Which skills are you using? How are you combining them together to make the most out of the skills, because then you're gonna know that, oh, I'm using the best supporters that I can for this character. Okay, so now let's go to the next section. So every supporter can have their skill improved or be upgraded. It's a good idea to focus on that after choosing what supporters fit your character best. Let's see False here. False has a sub-skill that increases the critical rate of ranged attacks by 7%. So to make that a higher number, we can improve skill here. So we select another False, click on improve skill improve. So now we have increased critical rate of range attacks by 8.8%. This skill has a level cap of 5 here, as you can see. You can improve the skill until this level 5. And the other option that we have is to upgrade. You can upgrade your supporter using items or other supporters. And you can change the option here in the corner if you wanna use items or supporters. So you can use the strategic manual or you can use other supporters. And upgrading Faust, for example, will increase her level and her HP and defense, as you can see here in the side. Once you get to the level cap of that supporter, you can awaken them with some items. So here is an example of a supporter being awakened. Now her main skill, which in this case is a passive skill, went from increasing 30% of damage to 45%. Okay, next section, let's talk about the intimacy events. Every UR and SR supporter has a special scene you can see if you have intimacy on the maximum with them. So look here at Nanazemai, for example. I have level 2 with her, and if you click on it, you can get gems from her level upgrade. So after you reach the maximum level, just click on this heart here on the side. So I still don't have level 5 with her. Once you reach that level, you can click on the heart and then you're gonna have a special scene with that specific supporter. So to increase your level of intimacy, you have to either play with that supporter equipped on your character, or you can go here. Let's go back to the screen. Go to the facility. So you can choose any facility and just put the supporter that you want to raise intimacy with in that facility. Now here you can see I came to the experience training facility and I have this R supporter equipped, and she gives me 25% of bonus like efficiency in the facility. I will change her just to show you guys how to grow the intimacy level. So we can select here a supporter that we want to be closer with. Let's select a Taimanin to improve. And then let's use some accelerators here to make this process faster. And as you can see, yeah, the level up, Yukikaze level up, and also supporter intimacy level up. Do it this often to raise the intimacy gauge faster if you want to get closer to that supporter. Okay, in the next section, we have recommendations from the QA team. The first part of the section tells you guys what supporters are best for each of the levels. R, SR, or UR for someone who is developing their character. Let's start with R. Amadare Natsume is recommended because she makes enemies more likely to drop particles by 30%, and among the R supporters, she is one of the most powerful ones, so you can improve her skill with other of her herself. And you can just raise this a lot and you can have a lot of particle drop, and this will make it really good for beginners. For example, you can have your ultimate all the time because you're gonna have so many particles to get from the enemies. Okay, so for SR level, let's go to Sanada Homura here. She is recommended because she increases the damage regardless if the skill is long distance or melee. So she increases the damage dealt to all enemies by 15% in her base level, and this is really good because you don't have to wonder if your character is like Yukikaze, like shooting, or like Sakura, for example, that attacks from up close. Okay, so now for the UR level supporter, Tsumugi here is really good because she has the option of increasing the experience you gain by completing quests. So these are just general suggestions based on developing your character, okay? So it's going to be different depending on the skills you have set for your character and on the stage that you are going to play. Remember, there are also different types of enemies like demon and machine, so change your supporters according to that as well. Now, I asked for some recommendations for Yukikaze. So what they told me was that if you don't have UR supporters, if you're looking for SR supporters, this is the combination that is good. So Homura here, and then we were gonna have Post, and then Ibuki. Okay, so for Yukikaze, these supporters are a good choice. Homura, Faust, and Ibuki, because they compose well with her skills. The combination of skills they have are good with the skills that she has. So now, if you wanna have UR supporters, you can choose Tekai and Kaoru here, and other two assist supporters. The other one can be Tatsumi, and the other one can be any assist supporter that you want, but Amadare Natsume is recommended even though she's an R supporter because she's gonna make more particles drop upon the death of enemies, and you can just like go improving her because she's R, and and then you can have, that rate be really high if you want. And yeah, it's a great option to use, and it's going to maximize Yukikaze's Rayun, which is a really good skill, very simple to use and very effective. So in case that you want a different composition that is not all green, you can change to, for example, Spica here, and her passive skill will be really good because she increases the critical damage of ranged attacks by 16%, and you can also increase that as you improve her skill and stuff, so she's also a good option for Yukikaze. But yeah, in the end, always take in consideration the skills and the stage that you're gonna play in. Okay guys, before we end this video, I wanna let you guys know that Mimi will have a new section called Mimi Answers, where she answers your questions left in our YouTube and Twitter. So please leave any question about the game that you have here in the comment section. Yeah, that's all, and I hope that this video was informative to you. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications. Thank you for watching. See you next time!